when I was in high school, this was back in the 90s, the internet was just starting to become prevalent. You know, it was a new thing for us. Not everybody had a computer in their house unless they had money. There were no tablets or smartphones that hadn't been invented yet. There was no Wi-Fi. If anyone who's under 30 probably can't even imagine a world like that. But, you know, back then that's how it was. And you know, if I wanted to get access to the internet, I had to go down to the library. And they had computers there that you could use with dial-up internet that was super duper slow, but I didn't know any different. I thought it was awesome. I thought I have access to the world. I can, you know, there was me and my friends would get on chat rooms, or we'd go to various websites to surf the internet, is what they called it back then. It was just a really cool thing. So my senior year in high school, there started to be some conversation among the kids of, you know, what senior pranks they might want to pull. There was always groups of kids that would try to pull pranks on the teachers or the school in different ways. And I remember one group of kids saying that they wanted to try to gather up a bunch of roadkill and dead animals and throw them on the roof of their school or in the gym or something gross like that. And one guy said, this one kid said it would be really funny if he could find 3 live pigs, paint numbers on their sides, 1, 2, and 4, release them into the school, and it would be hilarious when the administrators freaked out because they couldn't find number 3. One day I was up at the library. I was on the computer, and I got the idea. I thought it would be really funny to send an email to the principal and tell him that there was a bomb in the school. And don't know what I was thinking. This is back in the 90s. You didn't hear about school shootings and terrorist attacks and all that kind of stuff constantly like we do today. It didn't seem like it was that big of a deal at the time. I thought I'd go to school the next day, tell my friends, we'd laugh about it, no big deal. I found out pretty quick that it was a big deal. They canceled school the next day. They called in the bomb squad, the bomb-sniffing dogs. They searched the entire building, every room, every locker, looking for a bomb. It was on the news that morning, you know, Truman High School receives bomb threat, police are investigating. I spent all day in my room in a panic attack, like, what am I going to do? I'm going to be in so much trouble. This is bad. How am I going to get out of this? And my mom was there. She could tell something was wrong with me. She checked on me a couple of times throughout the day, like, Jared, you okay? It seemed like something's wrong. I'm like, no, I'm fine. You know, finally, late in the afternoon, she really confronted me about it. Like, Jared, I can tell something's wrong with you. What's going on? And so I told her, I'm the one that sent that bomb threat. And she had a panic attack. I said, Jared, what were you thinking? Why would you do something like that? She's like, it was on the news. We're going to be on the news. And she said, you got to turn yourself in. She's like, they're out there looking for some bad guy with a bomb. You got to go tell them it was a joke. And so that night, she took me down to the police station down the street here, and we went in, and I told them I'm here to turn myself in. I sent that bomb threat, and you know, it was supposed to be a prank. And they had a detective come and take me back to his desk. He got a whole statement from me, and then he let me go home. And so I started thinking, well, maybe it's not going to be that big of a deal. Then the next day, 2 more detectives showed up to my house to arrest me. And my mom, she ran a daycare out of our house back then. So there's little kids around. There's parents dropping off their kids. I'm getting arrested. There's a news van outside. My younger sister, Jackie's freaking out. Why are you arresting my brother? Like, it was a whole scene. So they took me down to the police station to book me, fingerprints and mugshots and all that. And the detectives, they were nice to me. They could tell I was just a scared kid. And, you know, they were like, hey, we have to take you over to the courthouse next to get you arraigned in front of a judge. But they said, we know it's uncomfortable to be cuffed behind your back like that in the car, so we're going to cuff you in front this time. But our protocol with that is we have to put this special belt on you to attach the handcuffs to so you can't move around. And I was like, all right, that's fine.